Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the virtual college fair for all Virginia students, sponsored by the Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admission Counselors and by StriveScan. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Just a couple of announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type questions to our presenters at any time. Your microphone and camera are turned off so the panelists can't see or hear you. The Q&A function is really the only way you have to communicate with us, and we'd love to hear from you. Ask questions. You can address your questions to any of the presenters or ask general questions about college admission, really anything you're wondering at this point. This is just one of many different sessions being offered as part of this college fair series. So be sure to check out the full schedule at strivescan.com/Virginia. Also, this presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same website, strivescan.com/Virginia, as will all of the other presentations. So without any further ado, I will turn it over to our first presenter, which is Shannon from SUNY Cortland.
Thanks, Josh. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Let me just share my screen here. All right, here we go. So I am Shannon Wing. I am actually a regional recruiter for SUNY Cortland, and I work with every student in the Mid-Atlantic and the Southeast. So I'll be working with every student from the state of Virginia. Here's my contact information. If you want to screenshot that or take a picture of it, probably the best thing to do. I can be reached by that email or the phone number. I've been working for Cortland for a really long time. I love working with undergraduate students. If you're not familiar with SUNY, SUNY stands for State University of New York. So we are actually the largest public university system that the nation has. And SUNY Cortland specifically is located in upstate New York, a little bit more towards the southern tier, but we are about 30 minutes south of Syracuse and about 40 minutes north of Binghamton, where we have SUNY Binghamton. We're actually also very close to Ithaca, where we have Ithaca College, who's our biggest rival for athletics. We are an NCAA Division III athletics program. And then Cornell University is also there. So because we are so close, we do have a lot of our faculty that also teach at Cornell. We got a #1 ranking this past year for campus safety in New York State. We do have a legit university police department on campus, which is really nice. When I went to college, it was just a bunch of older gentlemen in a golf cart kind of patrolling as security. So we like to let parents know that we have safety reports that go out every single month. So if that's something that you want and you are a parent or a counselor watching, just let me know and we're more than happy to send it over. We do have students from 34 states and 47 countries. We have a few regional recruiters, and part of that is the geographic diversity mission for SUNY Cortland. We want to bring in students from all over the nation and the world so it can be a little bit more diverse for the students who are getting a public education in New York State. We're also just about 45 minutes from most of the airports around you if you fly, and we're about 6 hours from the Fairfax County area and about 8 hours from Richmond. We do have just under 7,000 total students at SUNY Cortland. About 6,400 of those are undergraduate students. Last year, for undergrad admissions, we had about 13,000 applicants, and out of those, we accept a little less than half of the students that apply. You can use the Common App or the SUNY application. And then every August, we have at least 1,200 students that come in as incoming freshmen. This year, we had about 1,400. If you are a transfer student or considering transferring at some point to Cortland, you do have to actually declare a major, so there's it's a little bit more competitive. There aren't as many spots. Every class that we have is taught by an actual professor, and the average class size is going to be about 23 students. So you will have anywhere from 1 to 3 lecture classes the whole entire time you're at SUNY Cortland, but for the most part, you're going to have those small class sizes. And although we do have teaching assistants, every course is taught by an actual professor. So that's a great question to ask when you're doing these sessions. These are some of the programs that we offer. We have over 65. We do have the largest education program in the state as far as everything that we offer. So all the education is to the right. Other popular programs are definitely going to be archaeology, which may sound funny to some people. And then we've got a really great musical theater program. We have a brand new fine arts building, a brand new theater. We've got business economics, sport management, which is very popular, sports studies. We have a great recreation program. Psychology is very popular as far as how many students are in that, as well as undecided. So if you are not sure what you want to do, you really have until junior year to decide that. And The biological sciences and exercise science and chemistry are really good pre-pathway programs. So we have pre-med, pre-vet, pre-dental. Cornell has a great vet school, so we do have a handful of students over in their vet school. As far as freshman admission is concerned, this is what you guys are going to be looking at. So because you are not New York State residents, we're not looking for Regents classes. We are looking that you meet the graduation requirements of your high school, and preferably we would like to see 4 years of English and social studies or English and history, and then 3 to 4 years of math, science, and foreign language. We are very flexible with our out-of-state recruitment because we know that the standards are different in all of the different states. And so we are going to look at what your requirement is for your own high school for graduation. And then as far as the GPA is concerned, that's kind of the middle 50%. If you want to look at that, give yourself a good idea where you might fall. And we are test optional this year. So we are test optional. You do not need to submit any kind of test score for admission purposes or for merit scholarships. So we will use your transcript, your recommendation, and your application to be making those decisions this year. So we are test optional. Residence life and housing, we have 17 different residence halls on campus, you guys. Our campus is separated like upper campus, middle campus, and lower campus. And the middle part of campus is where we have a majority of our residence halls. You're going to find low rise, high rise, suite style, quad style, apartment style. You do have to live on campus your first 2 years as an incoming freshman student, unless you live within 50 miles of the campus or you're over 21. If you want to look at all the different residence halls we have, then you can go ahead and find those on our website in a photo gallery. This is our student life center. Recreation is really big on campus. So if you want to be really involved, this is definitely a great campus for you. School spirit is really big. Food is amazing. We have 10 different facilities. You can also use your card at restaurants in town. This is what the numbers are going to look like for tuition and room and board. So that bottom number is for an entire year at SUNY Cortland to take classes, to eat on campus, to live on campus. And we offer an automatic award of $7,500 to any student that is not a New York State resident. Thank you for your time this morning. It's really exciting to be able to work with you. Again, here's my information. If you have additional questions, type them in the chat, or you can find me at what you see in front of you. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you so much, Shannon. Yeah. And next we have Gina from Arcadia University.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming today and attending this session. My name is Gina. I'm an admissions counselor at Arcadia University. I work with students from Virginia, DC, and Maryland. So I will be working with all of you through your application process. So who we are located just outside of North Philadelphia in a small town called Glenside. It's about, depending on where you're coming from Virginia, it's about a 4 to 5 hour drive. 5 hours if you're more further south. It's with Philadelphia being so close and easily accessible, we try to use Philadelphia as much of a resource as possible. So Glenside, just to talk a little bit about Glenside, it's this small town, suburban town that's tries to be as much of a student town as possible. They give little student discounts with your student ID. Dunkin' Donuts 10% off. That's definitely a favorite at our school. And then you walk, it's a straight walk to the train station. It's about a 12-minute walk through Glenside and then a 20-minute ride into the city. And then you're in Philadelphia. We actually take our first year students during Welcome Week for a day trip into Philadelphia so they know how to navigate down to Philly and that they're feeling comfortable in Philadelphia. With that, Philadelphia has a ton of networking events, which is great to socialize with other college students that are your age, but also just really great for a weekend trip with some friends as well. In addition to that, we are a small school. We're about 2,000 undergraduate students. We do have graduate students on our campus as well, and 12-to-1 student-to-teacher ratio. You will not see a classroom size of more than 14 students. And then 65 fields of study. So if you want just one major, that's fine. But if you are someone that wants to do a major and maybe complement a minor with that, or do a double major, or even a triple major, as rare as that comes, that is possible with our school. And lastly, on the slide, I do want to mention that all of our seniors complete a senior project so that you're leaving Arcadia with some experience under your belt, as well as your education. Depending on the major, if you're a business major, then you'll be doing an internship to gain that experience. If you're a psychology or maybe an international relations major, then you'll be doing a research project to gain that experience. So a lot to put on your resume for when you graduate. All right, talk about the school a little bit. We have 26 NCAA D3 teams. We participate in the MAC Championships Mid-Atlantic Conference. With that, we also have 15 intramural sports. So if you don't want to be one of our teams, you can definitely participate with one of our intramurals, and you can, of course, always pitch an intramural like kickball, for example, if you would like to have another intramural on our campus. 60 plus clubs and organizations. These are all student run, so that's a lot of involvement to do during the week. And then Arcadia always hosts some kind of event on the weekend, whether Friday and Saturday is always activity based, whether it's laser tag, bubble soccer, rollerblading, our famous Midnight Bingo event that you can win prizes at. They'll bring a hypnotist or comedian to campus, something to get the students more involved on the weekends. And lastly, Sundays are always something simple, drinks, movie, popcorn to ease you into your week. We do have our 2 Pride events, one in the fall, one in the spring. So those are always great. All of our students come out to those events as well. You'll have to come check them out. And lastly, guaranteed housing all 4 years. Yes, we have our traditional style dorms. 2 people live in a space, bathroom in the hallway. We do have the castle, as you saw on that first screen. That is our option to our first year students. You can live in the castle. The 3rd floor is all student housing. We have our suite style living, and lastly, our fully furnished apartment complex as well. All right, so we have been nationally ranked for the past 10 years for study abroad participation. We have 11 international Arcadia centers and 40 international affiliations and partnerships. So a large percentage of about 80% of our students do use their passport before they graduate. I always like to say we offer our small, medium, and large wherever you fall, whatever you're comfortable with for studying abroad, whether it's a week to 2 weeks long, if you want to do a month to a full semester, if you want to do a full academic year, we have all of those programs available. It's very easy to study abroad, especially for a full semester, because all of your credits will transfer back with you, so you're still graduating in 4 years, and all of your financial aid will fly with you, so you're not paying anything extra to study abroad. We do have 2 first-year options. One is a week-long program. It's called Preview, like Preview to the World is the cliche. So it's a way to kind of teach you how to travel and to how to immerse yourself in another culture and learn about someone else's culture. We also have a full semester during your very first year. It's your spring break in our London Center. So that's a really great opportunity as well, called our FISI, First Year Study Abroad Experience. All right, so to talk about the application a little bit, we require your application. We have Common App or our online application. There is no application fee. We need your high school transcript, and 1 letter of recommendation can either be school counselor or your teacher. We are now test optional, so SAT and ACT is an optional credential. If you're not planning on taking the SAT or ACT, we do have supplement credentials for that you can submit in lieu. We have 4 options. You can either do an essay talking about why you believe Arcadia is the best choice for you. You can do a video option, 60 seconds, as formal or as creative as you'd like. We have an interview option starting at the end of this week, actually. And then there is, so you can definitely submit one of those instead of the SAT or ACT if you're not planning to take it. We do a holistic review approach. Therefore, we look at everything, your test scores, your grades. Of course, we also look at your classes, your involvement, extracurricular activities, volunteer, if you managed a job while studying. So there's a lot we look for when we're reviewing your application for not only admissions, but also for the merit-based. The merit-based scholarship is $12,000 to $25,000. Each student will know their award amount with their acceptance letter. And then in addition to the merit-based scholarship, we also give a needs-based financial aid packet based on the information we receive from FAFSA. If you are an art student, we require an additional portfolio review of your artwork, and an acting student, an additional audition. And lastly, my name is Gina. I will be your counselor. So here's my email. Here's our phone number. Please shoot me an email, give us a call if you have any additional questions, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Gina. And next we have Adriana from Emerson College.
Hello, thank you for spending this time with us. We really appreciate it. My name is Adriana. I am the counselor at Emerson who works with all students from Virginia. I do use the she series of pronouns as well. And I'm here to tell you a little bit about Emerson College. So there are essentially 3 things that you should know about Emerson up front. Most importantly, we are a communication and arts school. So all of our majors fall into one or both of those categories, and I'll let you take a quick peek at those in just a moment so you can see that. But if you are at all interested in communication or the arts and majoring in those areas, we can be a great option for you. Second important thing to know about us is we are a liberal arts institution as well, meaning that in addition to major classes, you're also taking liberal arts classes throughout. So you'll be taking history, literature, science, ethics, psychology, as well as several communication classes to round out your education at Emerson, because we believe all of our students are communicators and storytellers. So you get part of that through the liberal arts part of the education. And then finally, the last big thing about us is we are centrally located in Boston. So we are very much a downtown urban campus. I included this photo of some of the placement of our buildings around campus just to give you an idea of what we actually mean by being an urban downtown campus. So this is the center of Boston. The green space is Boston Common, which is the oldest public park in America. And all of the pins that you see are our buildings. You can see they really only span the space of about 3, maybe 3.5 blocks. It means about a 15-minute walk from end to end of campus. And that includes everything: residence halls, classrooms, theaters, rehearsal space, studios, all of it. We do have our students live on campus for 3 years. They are required to live on campus through the end of their junior year. So you are living and working and playing really in downtown Boston for your time at Emerson. I want to show you a little bit about our majors. I won't go into these deeply, but because we are a specific school, I want you to know what your options are. So we have everything ranging from a more general study of communication. If you're into politics, PR, or sports, we have options for those. Our journalism program is nationally ranked, and that covers print, broadcast, multimedia. If you're into marketing, you can go the marketing communication route. And we also have this really unique business of creative enterprises option, which is essentially business for the arts, as well as our oldest program, which is communication sciences and disorders for those speech pathologists out there. We'll get back to these global options in a moment. On the flip side, we have our School of the Arts. So we have the first Communic Arts BFA program in the country. So if you want to be a performer, visual artist, or writer as it relates to comedy, you can study that specifically. We do have 9 different performing arts majors, depending on whether you want to be on stage, off stage, or backstage. If you're a visual artist, you have a more theoretical option in media studies, or you could study production and have a really hands-on experience in things like film, television, sound design, animation, really any of those areas listed there. And then finally, we have our writing, literature, and publishing program. So if you're a creative writer, you could focus on fiction, nonfiction, poetry, magazine writing, or you could focus on literature and publishing. In addition to that, we have these global portal programs, and these are unique because they allow you to study abroad for at least half or more of your time. So if you wanted to study in Switzerland, you could do that for a couple of years. Paris, you can spend actually the majority of your time at Paris College of Art, or we have the option in Sydney, Australia, spending a couple of years there as well. I'm happy to answer questions about those programs, but we also have a colleague of mine, Eric Osborne, in our office who handles those programs. You can always contact him directly as well. And then last thing about our kind of overall setup is that even though we're based in Boston, we do have 2 other campuses. So actually, like Arcadia, we have a castle. Ours just happens to be in the Netherlands. So you can spend a semester there studying abroad in the Netherlands on an Emerson campus, or and for some folks, you could spend a semester at our Los Angeles campus in California, and that is an internship-based program. We also have on the side what you can see, these are called global pathways, and this is not a complete list, but these are some examples of places where students could spend a summer taking a class, learning about either liberal arts or major things, sometimes attending events, and studying abroad in that fashion as well. A little bit about applying. We are on the common application. We have our own too, though, so you have a choice. We ask for pretty traditional things, a couple writing supplements, your transcript, couple letters of recommendation. We are test optional. We have been for a while, but particularly this year, we don't want you to go out of your way or feel unsafe to take SAT or ACT, so you can apply without it. And if you're applying to a performing arts, comedic arts, or media art production major, you'll want to take note of these additional requirements or recommendations below. One more quick thing to know about us, we do have a few application options. This year we've added early decision, so that's new for us. It's the same deadlines as early action, or we have a regular decision option as well. For early decision or early action, we do have some flexible dates. So if you are finding it difficult to complete your application by November 1st, please reach out to us. We do have a December 1st option as well. And then finally, here is our contact information. Mine is located at the very top there. Please feel free to reach out to me directly. I'm happy to chat with you at any time. There's also a link at the very bottom here that will take you to our prospective student page, and that will help you sign up for things like our virtual open house, which is actually happening this week. We're doing another the week of November 9th, as well as all of our other virtual options. You can chat with a current student, an alumnus, take a tour of campus, or anything else. So thank you very much for your time today, and hopefully we'll chat soon.
Thank you so much, Adriana. And next, we have Neil from the Virginia Military Institute.
Good morning. My name is Neil Whitmore from the VMI Admissions Office. And VMI is the nation's oldest state-supported military colleges. We are one of 6 senior military colleges. So at VMI,
Neil, I'm sorry to interrupt. It's not sharing your presentation.
Not sharing?
We can see your screen, but not the presentation. There you go.
All right, sorry about that. Once again, I'm Neil Whitmore from the VMI Admissions Office. And VMI is one of the nation's 6 senior military colleges. So at VMI, you are working on your bachelor's degree, or you're also participating in one of the branches of the ROTC program. And we have the option to commission in those branches. Commissioning is optional. And you generally make that decision during your sophomore year to move ahead with a commission in one of the branches of the armed services. We have 1,700 cadets, all living on campus throughout their 4 years. And we focus a lot on the classroom experience. So our student-faculty ratio is about 10-to-1. So essentially all of your classes will be in person, and we really focus on the interaction and relationships that you build with professors throughout that time. Also, all cadets at VMI will participate in a sport or an athletic event. We are a Division I program, so we have many cadets participating in a Division I sport, but we also have many that will participate in both a club sport and or an intramural. So at VMI, you will hear a lot about leadership and challenge. We're going to challenge you in a lot of ways, both in the classroom, also from an athletic or physical standpoint, with both your sport and your military training, as well as things such as leadership development. So we're looking for a well-rounded individual that has had a number of activities that have led up to their leadership development, extracurricular activities, things of that type, in addition to their academics. So at VMI, we have 14 academic majors, and we also have numerous minors that will mesh into those as well. And I mentioned we have a 10-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio. So a lot of it is going to be focused on the classroom experience. 99% of our faculty hold a PhD. There are also good opportunities for undergraduate research. We have many cadets who are juniors and seniors that have paired up with a faculty member and are doing some type of research either over the summer months or during the regular year. We also have a number of good study abroad opportunities. Many cadets will spend either a summer or a semester abroad getting classes completed for their major. That also meshes in with their ROTC program. The military services like that experience and they encourage it. So there are many good opportunities there to study abroad. You'll see that we have both STEM majors and liberal arts majors. And as I mentioned, you can combine a minor in with those as well. Talking more about the ROTC program, we have all 4 services. We also have options in the newly created Space Force and then also a Coast Guard option as well. And we'll have a few cadets each year that pursue that. We have many cadets that will come in with an ROTC scholarship from the services. They'll bring that in as a freshman, and we have many others that acquire that once they become cadets and learn more about the program, learn more about what they want to do, and then pursue a scholarship in that branch. So we have essentially well over 50% that will pursue a commission and then head on to active duty at graduation. Some also will head straight to an advanced degree, such as medical school, law school, or say an advanced engineering degree or something like that, and then serve their time in the U.S. Armed Forces. From an admissions standpoint, I will say for this year we are test optional, but we've included the information up here just because also the ROTCs are still requiring the SAT or ACT for scholarships. So we will have many prospective cadets and applicants that do go ahead and submit either the SAT or ACT. For admission, we will look closely at the courses you have taken from 9th grade on. We definitely like to see a strong academic course schedule, AP courses, honors courses, maybe dual enrollment. Those things are definitely part of what we look at. We also like to see good extracurricular activities. It may be clubs, it may be sports, it may be a combination of those. We'll have many cadets, many applicants that have participated in specifically one sport or one club and put a lot of activity into that. And we have others that have spanned out and done many. We will look at that equally. We just want to see good involvement there. We want to see good leadership activities, good physical fitness, and we also like to see recommendations. We want to see people that have teachers and counselors and mentors that have seen you in your current academic environment, your current extracurricular environment, to write letters about you or to reach out from that. Currently, we are, our application is open. We're in our early decision period right now. If you have your application complete by the 15th of November and wish to pursue the early decision, then we will have a decision back to you by the 15th of December. That is a binding, we take that as a binding agreement there, and at that point we do want you to commit and plan to attend VMI. Coming up, we have a number of open house programs that we still have open for the fall. You will see those on our website, and we also have opportunities to come in for a face-to-face interview. Here is our contact information. Here, we'd love to hear from you. We do offer the virtual interview as well as the face-to-face, so you can choose either option there. We want you to come in and get a feel for the daily life of a cadet, the programs that we offer, and the overall environment of VMI. It's great to talk to you this morning, and we'd Like to see you here on post for a visit.
Thank you so much, Neil. And next we have Samantha from the University of Tampa.
Hi, thank you all so much for having me today. I am going to start by sharing my presentation, and I'm also going to start my stopwatch because I talk a lot. So I want to make sure I stay in that 6-minute time frame. Thank you all again for coming today and spending your Wednesday morning with us. My name is Samantha Spezial. I'm an Assistant Director of Admissions here at the University of Tampa. I work with students from Maryland to Georgia, North and South Dakota, and New Mexico. So if you all do choose to apply to the university, you'll be working directly with me while you are applying. So this is just some of my contact information. I will have it at the end of the presentation as well. So let's go over about the University of Tampa, just some basic facts. We are a private medium-sized university. We have around 9,000 undergraduates on campus, around 10,000 total students. We represent all 50 states and 132 different countries, and around 60% of our students are from out of state. So we're not a large in-state school. Most of our students actually do come from the surrounding states in the United States. Where we are located is the Tampa Bay area. We're located directly outside the city of Tampa. We're about a 2-minute walk over a bridge into the city. The city is also a medium-sized city, so it's full of young professionals, great for our students on campus, and it definitely mirrors the environment that we have on campus because we are medium-sized ourselves. The city of Tampa is located in a great area. We're about an hour and a half from Orlando, the Disney World, Universal area, and about a 4-hour drive from Miami. So if you want that big city feel on one of your weekends when you're on campus, you're able to still take day trips and go see those different cities as well. Although, of course, we do have so much going on in Tampa itself. We have the 3 different sports teams, the Tampa Bay Rays, Buccaneers, and Lightning, who just won the Stanley Cup. And then we do have a bunch of different events, such as over in Curtis Dixon Park, free yoga, Zumba. There's also food truck rallies. We have the Florida Aquarium right down the road, a bunch of different art museums. So there really is something for everyone in the city of Tampa. We like to classify our campus as an urban environment, but with a campus feel. So the building that's at the forefront of the picture, that's called Plant Hall. That's where my office is located. It's not where I am right now, but that is where our office is located. It is the old Tampa Bay Hotel, and it became the University of Tampa in 1930. So there is some historic value in that building, and it's really cool. My office is actually a hotel room, so it's cool to have an office in such a historic place, and there are some classrooms in there as well. And then when you're standing on Plant Hall's veranda, you can see downtown Tampa. So you may be able to see it above the trees, but there is the Hillsborough River, which we sit directly upon. And then on the other side of the Hillsborough is downtown Tampa. We offer over 200 areas of study, really ranging all over the place. The 3 majors that we don't offer that a lot of students do ask about is engineering, architecture, and culinary arts. So hopefully those aren't the 3 things that you are looking to study because unfortunately we don't offer them here at UT. With the 200 areas of study, we absolutely love to learn by doing. We're a very hands-on university. The top left picture is a picture of one of our nursing students. We are the top nursing program in the state of Florida, and we're ranked top 5 in the nation. We have a brand new nursing building. It opened last year, 2-story nursing lab with a full mock hospital. Those little mannequins can breathe, sweat. One gives birth to twins. It's very, very cool and interesting, especially if you're involved in the medical field. We do have a marine science station. It's located about 10 minutes from campus. We own 3 vessels. Students go out on the 3 boats, collect all the things that they'd be doing research on, and bring it back to the lab to complete their research. We do have a green screen WUTT radio station. We have a financial trading center and a brand new entrepreneurship center on our campus as well. We are an NCAA Division II university. We offer 20 different NCAA sponsored sports, and we do offer 260 clubs and organizations on our campus. So if you're currently a student athlete, you're more than welcome to join any of the club and intramural teams that we have on campus. And additionally, in those 260 clubs and orgs, if you don't have the club that you're looking for, you're more than welcome to start it with you and a few friends. So it is a great opportunity for you to get some leadership roles, as well as, of course, build that organization that you've always wanted to have in college. A little bit about our application process. We do only offer early action deadlines, so they are non-binding. If you apply during any of our deadlines, you are not required to attend the University of Tampa, but this is what we do need for your application to be completed. We will need, of course, an application. It can be from the Coalition app, our Common app, or we do have our own University of Tampa application. We will need your official high school transcript sent directly from your high school, not from you or mom and dad. We will need an essay as well as at least one letter of recommendation. You're more than welcome to send an additional if you would like, but at least one is needed on file. As you can tell, we do not need test scores on file for fall 2021. We have gone test optional. We actually have gone test blind. We do not need test scores on file at all, even for merit-based scholarships. Your merit-based scholarships will be based off of your unweighted GPA. So you don't have to, again, worry about sending in any of those test scores. Save that money, send it to other universities that may need test scores because here at UT, we don't need it at all. You can see some of the ranges that we do have for our merit-based awards. And the biggest note from this slide is that scholarships are determined when you're accepted to the university, and we will not reevaluate them after you are accepted. That is the crash course about the University of Tampa. Again, here is some of my contact information. I suggest going to our website. We have so many different virtual events happening, department-specific, open houses, science days, so on and so forth. And we are offering in-person tours 6 days a week and every other week, 7 days a week. So thank you all so much. I'm going to turn it over to my colleagues. Thanks again.
Thank you so much, Samantha. And last but certainly not least, we have St. Mary's College of Maryland.
Hi, everybody. I am Dina Kelly from St. Mary's College of Maryland. We are just about 90 minutes from DC. Let me share our screen for a second so you can see our amazing campus. We are about 90 minutes from Northern Virginia as well, Fredericksburg area, about 90 minutes also. So depending on where you are in Virginia, it could be a quick trip over the bridge and either way you come, or if you're down in the Tidewater area, it'll be closer to 4 hours coming to our campus. So we are the National Public Honors College. The courses that you're going to take are those honors level courses, something that you're similar to that challenging curriculum that you have in your honors and your AP classes. You'll have that in all of your academic classes here. So with that experience, we offer excellence for everyone. It's a rigorous and relevant education. You have the prestigiousness without the exclusiveness of a private college. Being a public institution, we have those state public institution rates. We have a liberal arts and sciences program. Some of our most popular majors are psychology, computer science, or student designed majors. Previous to this presentation, you heard from some of my colleagues stating that they have faculty only that teach their classes. That's the same here. You might have a TA in the class, but they're not teaching the class at all. And speaking about teaching classes, this semester we have offered some virtual options and also some in-person options as well. Our class size is about 10 to 15 students in a class. You might have a few more if you're in an if you're in a lower level like psychology class or things like that for the core requirements. You might have upwards of 20 to 30 students, but we do have a 10 to 1 student to faculty ratio. On campus, we have about 1,600 students in our student body. This first year class that just came in had closer to 400 students, which is a little high for normal. We typically have about 350 students. So our curriculum is learning through experiential and applied discovery. You're going to have an opportunity to apply what you're learning. I've sat in on a number of academic information sessions, and one of the things that the sciences area always says is you get a chance to do science. So we do have an opportunity for students to participate in undergraduate research or a meaningful internship. Many of our students do both. We also offer study abroad. We have an agreement with 25 schools worldwide. We have 75 academic programs, including double and interdisciplinary majors. We add majors and minors as students bring those demands to us. So for activities, we have about 100 different student-led activities and organizations on campus. Some of them might be politically based, some of them might be athletically based. You might get involved in something community-based, volunteering, those kinds of things. We have 19 Division III athletic teams. We have a championship sailing team, and we also have club and intramural sports as well. We are adding track and field as our newest events, as we just completed building a new stadium, and it houses soccer, lacrosse, field hockey, and we'll soon offer track and field events. So our application process, you'll have obviously the application. We use the Common App or our own St. Mary's application. We also request students to submit, have their guidance counselor or teacher submit their official transcript. The secondary school report, which comes from your counselor, tells us about your school. Are you urban? Are you suburban? Are you in a rural setting? What kind of courses they offer, if AP is available, and things like that. 2 letters of recommendation, an essay, a supplemental essay, a short answer that is relevant to our school sitting on the river. We are test optional. We had originally decided to go test optional. It's a snapshot of your academics. We have looked strongly at data to figure out that we feel like your overall academic experience in your high school years shows us a better picture of who you are. We're offering in-person and virtual visits right now. You can sign up online to visit our campus. We're receiving 1 family per visit and 6 visits per day. Our early decision deadline is November 1st. That's a binding decision, and you'll have notification by December 1st. The early action is a November 1st deadline with notification by January 1st. It's non-binding. And your regular decision is January 15th with a April 1st notification. So we're uncommonly worth it. 94% of our fall incoming class received scholarships or grants from St. Mary's College. For the 3rd year in a row, we have the lowest student indebtedness of graduates from Maryland and public-private institutions. Can't touch the Naval Academy. However, if you drop out after 2 years, you're paying all that money back. 94% of our outcomes. So for the class of 2019, within 6 months of graduating, 94% of them, sorry, that's the timer, sorry. Anyways, 94% of our graduates from the 2019 class had gone on to grad school, had been gainfully employed, or had gone into some branch of service. My contact for you is actually for our Virginia rep, which is Jordan Cartwright. His email and his Ring phone number are there. I welcome any of you to contact him with any further questions you have. Thanks, and have a great day.
Thank you so much, Dina. And that brings us to the end of our presentations. So thank you all so much for joining us this morning. When you close your window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd really appreciate the feedback that you can provide. And as I mentioned before, this is just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions at strivescan.com/Virginia, and come back in about a week and you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as recordings of all the other sessions at that same website. So thank you all so much. I hope you have a great day.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.